Still trying to throw the ball. On first and goal, second and goal. Panicking at third. Fourth, I'm wishing for a muff.
Welcome to the 5 on the Huddle podcast. It's your boy, Coach DLane. Today, I have a special Bay Area guest, legend. I think he's a legend. I don't know about himself, but my guy, Raysean Pringle, man. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man. Been trying to get you on for a while, man.
No, man.
Yeah, you're a hound to get, man. But definitely appreciate you coming on, joining me on the pod, man. My co-host, Zay, couldn't make it today. But let's jump right into it, man. Let's start from the beginning. How did you get introduced to football?
Introduced to football? I'll say I go way back to about 4 or 5 years old, playing around in the hoods. Because I grew up in Oakland, so I just started playing flag. And I think when I started, I always played against older people. Like I was hung around with older people, so I was like, when they was doing it, and I was like, I wasn't even old enough, but you know, growing up in the hood, back then, we would beat the system. Like, they'd just sign my name. My brother had some sign me up, even though I don't supposed to be playing.
What little league team you played? Did you play with the Dynamites?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Play for the Dynamites? Who you play for?
Play with?
Yeah, play with. Because I played 1 year. Green?
Trainer.
Did you play for Coach Green?
Damn, 5 years.
You play for Coach Green?
3 years running.
Bro, I wonder if we played together, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy because my first year ever playing football was the Oakland Dynamite. It was for Coach Green. I was not that good, bro. I was a chubby boy. I keep it one day. This was before I started playing running back. I was kind of chubby. I was playing O-line, D-line. I was nasty at D-line for us, though. But I remember we had a few cats on the team.
Bro, we had Murdoch. We had Dio. We had DeMarco, rest in peace, my dog. We had
and you played back then, right? Did you play back then?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I think we played on the same team, bro.
Right there, Green.
I got to pull my shit out like number 46. It was Coach Green, bro. We went undefeated that year. You remember?
Yeah,
we went all
one time.
It was with the sack, right?
Yeah.
We won the sack. Bro.
We played Richmond sack.
We was so raw. All I remember was that year, bro, we beat every team by like 21 or more. We beat every team by 21 or more.
Wasn't even getting scored on.
Yeah, we wasn't getting scored on. We was cold.
Yeah, you might have was.
I was on that team, so I'm telling you, bro. That's why I'm like, bro, I always forgot to tell you that, bro, because I was like, I really played for the Warriors after that. Like, I took a year off after my pops died for like a year and a half. I took a year and a half off. I grew, I guess, lost a little weight. Then I played for the Warriors, started playing running back, so I just always forget about that 1 year, you feel me?
So it was only 1 year.
Yeah, it was only 1 year. It was that 1 year, but it was cold. I remember we had a few bags. I remember we had just raw, bro. Yeah, man. Loaded. That's crazy. Okay, so you start with the Dynamites, then you make your way to Hayward?
We went to, after the Dynamites, I played 2 years Pop Warner for the Lancers.
Okay.
They had moved, so I played 2 years.
Okay,
so the whole time I'm doing this, I think everybody was older than me. So then I never knew. And then one of the coaches, my last year, I was on junior midgets. You know, of course, my last year I'm going to go to midgets. And he was like, nah, I want you to stay down, win a championship, and you're going to be teaming up with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. So I've been thinking for a while.
They try to do me like that too. The running backs, they be trying to keep you that freshman year. I was like, man, I'm playing high school. I was like, I couldn't wait to get to high school. So I was like,
I couldn't wait either.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah,
but I played 2 years. Before I went to high school, I played 2 years. Then I went to Hayward.
Okay.
For my freshman year at Hayward. Yeah,
you
3 years at Hayward.
You play for Bishop?
Yeah.
Okay. Was Coach Troy there too? Coach Ellison?
I think so.
You might have been there probably after, because you didn't play with Maori, did you?
I did.
Maori ended up turning out to be a baller, man. I played with Mayo. I played with Mayo at Southeastern.
I played against y'all.
Yeah, I know. I was hurt. I was gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Hold on, we're gonna get there. But what was that?
Mayo, yeah.
Mayo. Coach Troy was on that team. You had Bishop. Who else was on that team? You had John. I know John was dog. I remember
John was 11, so I was a year behind.
Okay.
So then,
John
my freshman year, that's when we had 3 levels.
Yeah.
Freshman, JV, and VAR. My freshman year, I played JV.
Okay.
My sophomore year, I played VAR. And then my junior year, I played there too. Then my senior year, I left. I had transferred to Tennessee.
Why you leave?
Bishop quit on us.
Huh?
Bishop quit on us.
Yeah, I remember. Then he got the.
What was funny is he went to Tennessee.
He did?
Yes, right. So when I was like,
did Red pick up right after Bishop?
Yep.
So you just didn't want to play for Red?
I
Red a cool dude. I got you. Red a
like,
cool dude. I know him more from afar, and he was coaching around when I was like on varsity and shit and playing. But he a cool dude, and then, as far as me being around some of his players that I coached in the All-Star game, he cared about his players for sure, man. He for sure look out. Coach Redderman, man. I don't think he's there no more. I think he just retired or left.
Just did. But everybody always told me that, like, he was a cool dude, very cool dude. But my whole thing was I didn't want to play for nobody new. Like,
so you know us, we didn't know him.
Yeah. So no, like, I knew of Smith at Tennessee.
Yeah.
He knew Coach me. I knew him because originally I was practicing with Tennessee in the 8th grade.
Yeah, I was gonna say for the Lancers, right? Didn't they used to share practice shoes? He for sure knew about you.
Yeah,
he knew about you.
Saying.
Come on, man. You was a boy. Like, he got another talent.
Yeah. So in 8th grade, I would literally after school walk to Tennessee and like be practicing with them after school. But I was only 8th grade. They weren't supposed to be doing it. I'm in 8th grade, and I was actually practicing with VAR, 8th grader.
Did you play with my boy Quinzel? Play with Q?
Yeah.
More?
Yeah, we played as Pop Warner.
I told Q to keep playing, man. Q was solid in hoop, too, but he should have kept – I think he wanted to keep playing hoop, man. He should have played football. He was nice. Yeah. Q was nice.
I was just seeing him last week, but that's my dog, man. But I be saying the same thing. He should have played.
He should have played.
He was like – I used to say, like, when I used to be playing, he used to be backing me up. And I used to tell him, like – because he'd be here behind me.
He'd be here behind you. Okay, got you. Okay, got you.
So, like, he used to come and ask me shit, like what'd you see? I used to tell him. But then I seen that potential though. Like he a hard dude to take down. I seen that.
Like a little baby Marshawn. Like you know, it wasn't even Marshawn. You know who was kind of shaped like as a damn. This is like middle school we're talking here. This is before high school. At least for me, and I knew him in middle school at Bret Hart. He remind me of MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew. Right. Built just like that, like a little rolling ball, a little bowling ball. You feel me? Yeah, that's how it was. He was in Pop Warner, and he would not go down. It would take about 5-6 dudes to take him down. Like, damn, this dude's strong. Like, he gonna be some. And then I think I had left, and he had one more year at Pop Warner. I had to go see him. That's when he started taking off. Yeah. He was over after that. Yeah. But yeah, I played with him. I think he played like 1 year, like freshman, sophomore year, or something like that. So what? High school? Did he? Or no, he didn't play at all. He played high school. Football? Did played high school. He didn't have like no good years at Hayward High. That was a bad program. He did the same thing I did. He transferred last year to Tennessee and balled over there. I do remember him going to Tennessee. So what made you have to go to quarterback that junior year at Hayward? Oh man. And who was your quarterback before you? So who was supposed to be the starter? What happened with that? What was the quarterback situation? Going into my junior year. Freshman, sophomore year, I'm playing running back. I got moved up sophomore year. I was still playing running back in corner. Junior year, so the offense we had and the weapons we had a lot of weapons. They was all fast and they was athletes. And the one missing piece was a quarterback. We had a quarterback, but it was like he was like slow. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really mobile. So and he was a pocket guy. Yeah. Okay. But the type of offense we was running, it was like you kind of needed like a little running quarterback, low key. Okay. So I always used to say, because I always played like a bunch of positions, and then I used to hide it, so I would never throw the ball, so they wouldn't see like, oh, we can throw the ball. I would hide it. So somebody ended up telling him, he heard from like a Pop Warner coach, that he can play quarterback, because I guess they was asking around looking for one. And he came up to me in the locker room one day. Wait, Sean, why you didn't tell me you play quarterback? Yeah. I'm like, so I'm like, dang, like, where you for that? He said, I talked to one of your old coaches. Yeah. I'm like, wow. I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't trying to play quarterback. I'm trying to tote the rock. Yeah. He was like, I feel you, but like, we need you at quarterback right now.
So it's like at the time I just had to chuck it up and take one for the team. So I ended up playing quarterback my whole junior year.
Okay.
It was still high power though.
Okay. Yeah, so when I kind of at least got reintroduced to you as far as when I remember you, because like I said, I don't remember that one Dynamite year. We just picked it up.
Yeah.
But I remember you as far as, and I remember my boy Pat telling me, he was like, Raysean went to Hayward first. I'm like, man, I remember you at Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think I was a freshman coming in. I remember going to that when you was at Tennessee. Do you remember y'all played at Sunset that year, y'all senior year? I don't know if y'all won. I remember it was a bad first half though. I think y'all ended up coming out and winning though.
Against who?
Hayward, your senior year.
My senior year we beat them.
You beat them, yeah. But I think y'all had like a bad first half. I was there at the game and they was just like, oh, what was your number? It was like, he the one. You feel me? I'm like, all right, I'm watching. I'm like, it was bad first half. I'm like, okay. They started turning up and they beat Hayward. You know, I know Mayor, you know, all them on the team. You know, his dad told me to come to the game. Coach Troy coached me in Power Warner. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, okay, bro, going, you feel me? So did you always feel like you was more naturally better just toting the pill? Because you say you also always play defense, so you always play DB. So, you know, what do you feel was more natural for you? Me,
natural, right, it was just toting the rock, playing running back. That was just natural thing. Like I say, I go way back from the Dynamites. That's why I learned the position and everything with the Dynamites. Yeah. So ever since, I just been playing that position. And then, so that'll be my main position. It was like, I'm still athletic, so just putting me everywhere. Like, I got to throw the ball some, but you know what I'm saying? Okay. Naturally, playing running back.
And how'd your senior year end? I know you guys were pretty solid that year, from what I can remember.
We was straight.
Y'all didn't win HAL, did y'all? Senior year?
No, Bishop did.
Bishop?
Yeah, Bishop
did. Was that TJ, what's his name? Daniel's year?
TJ?
Is that his name? The tight end, or he was
Tall
dude. Beast.
Yes.
It was real. It was a
boy. I
boy.
heard something about that, so that's when we was winning that game. So played them law.
Okay.
But it was like we was missing a piece that game.
Okay.
So we was missing a corner because they had a white boy. Bouncy, he was a hooper.
Don. Was it Don? Yeah, Don. Yeah.
So we know we try to put these pieces together during the week. Like, who gonna play corner? We got one. So I would say, if I go to corner and I lock him down, nobody couldn't take over the tall dude over the middle. So it was like, and we can't play our quarterback because he was our backup safety. So we didn't want him to play that game. Okay. So it was like, you want to stay him at quarterback that game. So it was like, we were just missing one piece.
Okay. What about the San Leandro matchup that year? I know they was pretty good. Didn't they have Halcom? They had a few boys on that team. That 2012 team was pretty solid, I think.
12?
Was it 12? Yeah, you class of 12, right?
Yeah.
I think that next year they went like 1-9, and I beat them. I was winning team. We almost lost some. Me and Rob Taylor, you know Rob. Yeah, we went stupid on them. We went silly on the boys.
I didn't see y'all.
Yeah, we went silly on the boys
in the backfield.
Yeah,
it was right before he left. Huh?
Yeah, right before he went silly. I told him, bro, I was so hot at Rob ass. And I ended up, ironically, playing Rob. Me and Rob played senior year against each other in the playoffs. Yeah. Man, he know what's up. Yeah, he telling them the whole play. You know when we run wing T and shit, when you got the fly most, he know when fly coming. He rolling down that safety, he cheating and shit. I'm like, all right, Rob. So I just start bucking their ass. I probably had like $140, $150 or something. But we lost.
Got your money.
Yeah, I got my money. They got us. It was like 28-21 going in the third, and then him and the Webster twins, them boys took off on us. It was like 40-20 something. Them boys took off. That was nice. Ooh. That was nice. So I got to tip my hat. But my brother should have stayed, man. We was nice. It was a nice little duo. Yeah. But let's talk about your recruitment. How what was it? Always Southern Utah? How did that go?
For real, my recruitment started early on.
Gotcha.
My senior year starting, I had a highlight tape coming out of the summer. And then he sent that out so he can get the people to know my name so they can come in the game with him. Okay. Then the first couple games, I started taking off. I was hitting 3-4 tugs a game. I think the third game, I probably already had like 5 scouts in the stands. So like third, fourth, fifth game on down, I was already getting calls early. So it was like at that time, that's when I started seeing like, okay, I'm getting these calls. They started setting up like, we're gonna come visit such day. So I'm like, all right. So I'm getting calls, like giving people in the stands, they coming. Shit, I actually stole a scout from SL because they came, somebody on SL, I don't know who, He came on our side. We was playing him. And then that was UCLA scout.
Mm.
And then, so the only thing, I didn't have grades. My grades was messed up from back at Hayward High.
Gotcha.
So my whole time at Tennessee, I'm making up
Catch
stuff.
up. You playing catch up. Gotcha.
So it was like, and most of the teams, you know how the draft board go, they trying to like offer right there and there. They had to wait until the season over. That's when I don't have it. I think I was in about 8 classes, like 6 in class, and I had like 2, 3 online after class.
You was one of them seniors. I was kind of the same way, bro, as far as like we was seniors with a full schedule.
Yeah,
I had a full schedule. Yeah, I had a full schedule too.
You ain't gonna graduate?
I'm
just trying to go to college. I ain't worried about graduating. I'm trying to go to college.
Yeah.
So I had to go make up some D's and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I was in a 10th grade history class. That was crazy. Yeah. I'm sitting there trying to get this grade. These little niggas rowdy. I'm like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
But I was
make you wish like, hey, man, I should handle my business.
Man, I always say that, like, if I would have had to go back for real, I would go back to 10th grade or something. Yeah. 10th grade. If I would have had 10th grade, I would have went differently. Yeah. It would have been way smoother.
You hear that from my young pod listeners, man? You know, handle your schoolwork, man. Handle them academics, man. It's real. It's that's a real key piece to get into the next level. You feel me? Yeah, they look at shit like that. So, was Southern Utah your first offer?
So after all that, they didn't really want to offer because I ain't had the grade. So like, I think Southern Utah, they've been calling me from the whole season, and I never heard of them. I ain't know like where were they at, none of that. So I'm like,
you said they had been calling you from the beginning of the season? Okay, got you. So it was on you. They knew you. They knew who you was.
So my coach, I was never answering the phone. So I walk in. I think every time in lunch, my coach, he's like a teacher, so he got a classroom. So at lunch, I go in his classroom every lunch, and he was like, "Hey, such trying to call you." He said, "Warren, trying to call you." I'm like, "I don't know no Warren." He was like, "It's a college coach." I said, "I talked to all the college coaches. I don't know who you talking about."
Yeah.
Started giggling.
I think he's the head coach now, just by the way. Coach Moon, Moon, right?
Yeah,
head coach. Shout out to that brother, man. His brother, ain't many of us as a head coach. Shout out to him.
Actually from out here. Fairfield.
I think so, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But he was the one calling, and at the time, I didn't know who he was. So I'm like, I talked to all the college coaches. Started laughing. He was like, "Warren, Southern Utah." I said, "Southern Utah," and I'm thinking, and you know how to call out ID, say the name. So I'm like, that's familiar. I ain't been trying to contact you, ain't been answering. And I was like, oh. And I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna be real, coach. I got all these schools. What you got? Like, I got SC, UCLA, all these schools calling me. Yeah. Like, and then I got Southern Utah. So I'm like, I'm not about to answer the phone. So I'm like, And then he was like, I understand. But he was like, just hear him out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. And then when I talking to him, dude, that's when Warren was cool. Oh, he was always been cool since day one.
Yeah. What was he coaching back then? Was he coaching?
So when he was recruiting me, he was a DB coach.
Okay.
And then that next year, after I got there, he became a D coordinator.
Okay.
So and then that's when they went up to head coach.
Okay. I had last part I confused him because I said he had recruited me, but I confused him with the dude from A&M. He got his name started with a D too. It just confused me. But what I was gonna say, making that transition from Cali to Utah, was it a culture shock? How was that, campus wise?
Hey, that was low-key crazy. For one, I think my first classroom was holding about 100 and something people.
For real?
Man, damn, classroom go down like this.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You was in a lecture class.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. I don't like those classes either.
Like it. All they do is sit there and talk.
I'd rather
tell you no class work, no nothing.
You know what pissed me off about that? My first day at my university when I was in the lecture class, I'm a note taker. Everybody else got a laptop. I had a laptop, but like I'm hella old school with it. Still to this day, I like to write. You feel me? So he just teaching blood. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, hold on, damn, I can't write this fast. I usually keep up. I'm like, damn. But man.
It was kind of low key rough. I think what made it rough is the lecture class. I was the only ones.
Yeah.
And I think I had 2 of those my freshman year. I was like, Damn. So when I had two of them, I think I was talking to my auntie one time because she had finished college just like a couple years ago. She was like, "Yeah, the best thing you should do is like record, sit there and just record the whole thing." It's like, yeah, and go back and listen to it. Yeah. I'm like, okay. But I ended up doing that. I think it been working. You know, you really do gotta sit there, but that's a long because it's like an hour class and it's just talk. Yeah. So I was like, there's a lot of skimming through it, trying to get the information.
Yeah.
Like important. What you think is important.
Yeah. I stuck with my notes, man, and I
do that too. But the lecture class, man, especially with someone that talk like fast, it's over.
That's why I had a sociology teacher. Like, short, weird dude, talk hella fast. He was smart as hell, knew his shit, but it was just like he talked hella quick. I'm like, man, I'm not catching
the teacher I had. She like the way she talked, she'd bore you. And I ain't gonna lie, I got her 7 a.m. We got 5 and 6 o'clock workout. So I go home, shower, come back. I'm already tired. I'm not a morning person. So I'm in the class, lecture class, 7 a.m. Boring me. Man, I ain't gonna lie. My freshman year, she put me to sleep a few times. Bro. I couldn't hang. So I'm like, man, I'm already tired. Just waking up early, gotta go hit these weights.
We know we won't end with your college career yet, but when you did go to the league, you made that transition to DB. Did they ever actually play DB while you were at Southern Utah, or did you just stay on the offensive side of the ball?
I actually did my last year. So, going into my last year of college. We just had a dude that just went into the draft that following year. So we had lost a corner.
Are you talking about the safety or the corner?
The corner.
I know the safety dude. My Eagles got one of y'all guys. Killebrew, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't he go to the Eagles?
No, he ain't Lions.
Went to the Lions? Okay. I thought my Eagles had him. Yeah, he was solid. That boy hit your ass. Good safety.
For sure.
Where he from?
He's from Vegas.
Vegas? Okay.
Corner, they both from Vegas.
Okay.
And the safety. Yeah, he was a hitter for sure.
Okay.
He was a muscle hit. He come down. Healed though.
Yeah.
He couldn't cover though.
Yeah. Okay. That's usually how them hitters be. That's usually how those hitters be.
Go ahead,
that's why I was always ball hog, man. I ain't trying to tackle much. I'm like prime. I'm trying to stay clean. I'm trying to get the ball back, man. You feel me? Come on.
But the corner had left that year, so it was like already missing another piece. But on the other side, because we had a JUCO player. He had like to solidify that first year. He kind of made his name. He kind of got his spot. So then it was his last year coming up. So it was like, all right. The other one just left to the league. So it's like, all right, we need a corner. The one that was on the roster, it was like a bunch of high school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they probably wasn't ready yet. And then the two other JUCO players, he was one of them, and the other one didn't really pan out
how they thought it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I guess they started shopping around on the offensive side. And then the DB coach came up to me. Yeah. He was like, hey, what you want to play DB? What you mean? He was like, yeah, I need a dog on my side, man. Missing one, Sam's left. I'm like, corner? He's like, yeah. I said, man, get paid over there. I was like, in my head, I'm like, man, I like scoring. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different when I got that ball in my hand. I ain't trying to hit nobody.
Yeah, that's what
I ain't scared, but I ain't. I'd rather tote the rock.
So
I'm like,
I feel you, fam.
I'm like, so I'm like, I don't know, man. He was like, man, just think about it. You ain't got to solve it. Just think about it. I'm like, all right. But in my head, though, it's already made up.
Hell no.
I ain't switching. Yeah. But I just told him, like, yeah, I'll think about it. So he ended up, like, I guess when I was thinking about it, he also was talking to the coach, the offensive coordinator. Coordinator told him no off top. Yeah. Because I think the coordinator to him, he was like, I was like a weapon they needed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was the only one that can go on the team when they needed, like, a long run or something. Yeah. So he was like, he told him no. And I think, like, a week later or something, I ended up talking to my coordinator. We going up to the plays, talking and stuff, meeting one-on-one. And he was like, hey, Chance talked to me. I said, oh, he did. He was like, yeah. He said something to you. I was like, yeah, he came to me.
That's how they do it, man. Hold on. Before you even go, Cuddy, I swear, I don't know if that's coaching tutelage or what, but that's how they try to shoot it to you, bro. They be like, they try to question it because they moved my position 1 year too from like linebacker to safety. My fat ass, I got bigger too, HUD-wise, but I was getting hella weight when I first got down there. But no, they try to shoot it to you just like little questions like, hey, you know, how you was looking cool, linebacker drills the other day, or coverage drills or some shit. You feel me? Are you what is it? Yeah, you feel me? In pursuit. You look cool in pursuit the other day, like that. You like, did you talk to the linebacker coach? Did you talk? That's how they do you, man. Because them coaches be willing and dealing, man, behind closed doors for real.
For real. Yeah. And then it's like, especially in college, when you only play one side, so it's like they trying to grab some play on the other side. It's like, but they trying to compete against you or something. Yeah. So they be like, generally. Like he see how he came to me first. He wouldn't even talk to him first, but he knew he had to eventually talk to him. Yeah. But the OC wasn't really having it. He told him straight no, and then I guess he went to the head coach. He was like, "Well, that would be on y'all," and then I would also be on to do that. And I ended up talking to the head coach, and he was like, I told the head coach, he was like, this one, Warren, he was the head coach at the time. So I'm talking to him, he was like, well, he also wanted me to play that position too when I first got there, but he wasn't really pressing it like that. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, coach. And I was like, only way that's possible if I play both sides. And he was like, And I think it really didn't work because it was his first year head coach. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? He had to get up there to be doing all that.
I got you.
So I'm like,
playing the guy both ways.
Yeah. So I'm like, only way that work if I still tote that rock. Like, I ain't gonna trip then, go to the D or something. Yeah. But so it ended up happening where I just stayed on off and I ended up switching to the league.
We played y'all what? Week 3?
We played
y'all got us, huh? Yeah, you was hurt? You played that game?
Yeah. I always play. I ain't hurt.
I got hurt, man. Yeah, I was hurt,
man. You came to the game still, huh?
No, I didn't even come, man. I didn't even take the trip. Y'all came with us. No, we came to y'all.
I think before you got there, we played GD.
Okay. Yeah. I think it was like the year before me, but nah, your senior year.
My freshman year, we played y'all.
Okay. And your senior year. Yeah, nah, man. I don't know what happened. I had messed up my ankle, bro. And all I know is that next week, I could have gave it a go that week to go, but I was like, no, next week, I had high ankle sprain. This is the only time I ever took a shot. Athletes don't take that shit, bro. Them cortisone shots. Hey, man, so I take it, bro. Why they had the nerve to ask me to practice the next day? Pat it up. Bro, you know, my shit's swollen, bro. My ankle is swollen. For real. Hey. You know I had the pain, like really after the game, the shit started hurting. Sometimes in the league, they get multiple shots at halftime or something if the shit wear off. My shit was good to the end of the game. I just know that shot wore off, boy.
Well, yeah, when it go off, all that pain.
And then they try to have the nerve to have your boy practice and pass the next day. I'm like, coach, you out of pocket, bro. Yeah, I was on the sideline. I was limping around. I wasn't doing nothing. I was like, come on, bro. I was in that. I really should have just shirted that last year because that sat me down. Like I don't think I played that next week. I think I sat down like another 2. So my senior year was just kind of riddled, huh?
High sprains are bad.
Yeah, man.
From a regular sprain.
Yeah, man. Like you really gotta work your way back. If you rush or try to do any shots or anything like that, you just gonna damage your shit even more. It ain't gonna work, man. So how was making that transition to DB going into the league? Man, did you know off rip like around like pro day and shit that they was talking about? So, he got to play the other side. Or?
So pro day, that's where it started at. So I think what happened? So I did everything. So we started like with the basics, like the bench press, the measurements, and the
What you run?
And what? 40. And, went 2 of them. So I ran like a 4.35 and 4.39.
Okay. What you jump?
I only jumped like a 36.
36, okay.
I ain't jumped off
40. Okay, I got you.
If I'd have trained for it for real,
yeah.
I trained myself.
Okay, I got you.
That's what I'm feeling like.
Did you go back home to train or did you stay out there?
I was back at home, then I went back like
full pro day.
I
got you.
Yeah.
Wasn't feeling the trainers up there.
Man, I didn't have no agent until after.
After pro day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money to spend on no training, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right.
Shit just came back to good old Coach T's and got it back in. Man, come on. We was already talking about that. That's what you should have went. Like I said, man, my year I did at Laney, really my early years in college, because like I said, my senior year I was injury riddled. But when I was working out at Coach T's and when I was at Laney, that was my best playing shape, bro. Like running wise, like I could run. I got asthma, but boy, I could run all day. When I was all day when I was getting it in up there with Coach T.
I was up on that hill my freshman sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm telling you, I think that's when them heels will get your legs right.
Mm-hmm.
So I play running back. So I'm like,
endurance.
It was crazy though. I got little legs, you know. So they think they can just hit them.
Yeah.
I'm like, they strong. Like you still gotta take them down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it ain't easy.
Yeah.
Then I'm on that hill doing work in the off season. So it was like, I know they strong. I just don't know why they don't grow. I don't know.
I just got naturally big legs. I don't know where I'm gonna go there.
Right, I'm different.
My
legs don't grow. They grow a little bit, but you will see them, you be like, oh, I'm tipping them. But it's like, they you know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to hit them. Like, you're going to get tested.
You like, y'all feel me? Yeah, I got you. So you said it happened at Pro Day?
Yeah. So Pro Day, we did everything, the vert and the bench press, and we went outside. I started, like, kind of getting eye openings after the bench press for real. And then we went outside after that. And then, we go outside. The first thing was broad, then a 40. So then we did everything, broad 40, then the shuttles. And then I did the position drill. I did running back, and I kept switching from running back drills. Then I was catching out the backfield. Then I was catching the slot and receiver. And I also catching points. Then the coach came up to me, Packers came up to me. He was like looking me up and down. He was like, looked at the paper, and he was like, you got a nice size. He was like, you ever play corner? I was like, nah, I mean like high school, but that was it. And he was like, okay. He's like, well, I want to put you through some drills. Is that cool? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I ain't really tripping. It's a league now. So I ain't really tripping.
I'm doing whatever.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I ain't tripping. He was like, all right. At the time, we had a DB coming out. That same when I was talking about that transfer. He was doing it at the time. So he was like telling me to watch him. He was like, I'm put you some of the drills that he doing. He was like, not too much though. He doing too much. So I'm like, all right. So he's like, stay loose and stuff. So I'm like, all right. So after that, he put me through like about four, 5 things in the DB drill. I think I did cool. And threw the ball and stuff. But then, to be real though, I thought I was going to Kansas City. Kansas City is the one that was on me. Like after that. Because after that, I started getting other people was like, oh, get you an agent, or you gonna be in somebody's camp, stay near your phone, hey, good job. Like, man, cause I think we had about 22, 23 scouts. After that, when I was doing the GB drill, like the pro day is over. Now I'm by myself doing these drills. But like about 10 of them watching. Okay. And they writing, you know what I'm saying? So after that, they all coming to me saying, I'm like, you gonna be in the camp. You know what I'm saying? Get you an agent, if you ain't got one. Nice job. I'm like, all right, after the pro day, I really feel good. Then that's when I had about 5 agents calling me after that.
Okay. How was it to be able to come back home, man, play for your hometown team, man, the Raiders? How was that?
Man,
how was that experience? Man. And y'all guys got to run out and see the black hole and everything in Jersey. Yeah. How was that, Sean?
Words can't even explain that, man. Like, I grew up around the corner watching the Raiders and all that, like, my whole life, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like, for me to actually be the player in silver and black, like, what I'm going to really cherish that and keep that picture for the rest of my life. But I'll never forget that, man. Like, that's an unbelievable experience for real. Like,
that's some shit you tell your family, man. You tell your kids, man. Like, that's real, you feel me?
Just watching, I was a youngin', like, watching Raiders, you know what I'm saying? Silver and black, the black hole, like, all that. So, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't told nobody either. When I first ran out with the team on one of them games, I ain't gonna lie, I shed a little tear, man. It was like, you know what I'm saying, like a dream come true for that. Like, I already played games before that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I played with the Packers. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I felt that feeling, but it was a different feeling when I was
at home.
Yeah. So when I ran out and I went, like, I
you
actually
told
had
your folks to come. Your folks to come.
Fam was there.
Fam was there.
Fam was there. They had to.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, you know,
that's
a lot of people don't get that experience.
At
So
all.
like, man, you need to be here doing it. I'm like, that was like a crazy moment for me, for real.
Did you hook up with my boy Kev when you was at Green Bay?
Yeah.
Folks right there, man. We just
roommates.
Okay. Yeah, just had Kev on the show not too long ago.
Yeah, man. Shout out my dog. He gonna be
yes, sir.
tearing up this season for real.
Hey, man, I told him, man, I told him if you just do it a little more, I think, consistently on like a week in, week out basis, because, I think that's what corners got to do.
I already told him, I just told him he got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
He got to come out, like, and he didn't get surgery. That's how he was hurt. He was supposed to get surgery.
Okay.
I'm like, well, what's wrong with you? He's like, I know.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the band got surgery.
I was getting on his ass about them drop picks. I was like, man, stop dropping them damn picks. I got on his ass. You already know, 100 Mil Club, man. That's my guy. But I was like, you can't be dropping that money, Kev. I seen him drop like 2-3 of them things last year.
Raiders ball, bro.
Come on, man. But during your time in the league, who, if you can name a few or one, who were some athletes that you were able to get around and you were like, man, this dude got amazing work ethic. You feel me? Like he trained hard. Like you could tell, like he take his reps serious, or like he here late, he here early. Like, did you ever, get to see that? Yeah, when you was there, like you get around the guy, was like you could tell his work ethic was a little different. Or he like it was a dog.
Yeah. It was a few.
You
So like I think one of them, when I first came, I'm gonna just tell you like who was a straight dog. I already knew was Tay. And
Tay Adams.
Yeah.
Dog. Teach tape, man. On route running.
Yeah.
Teach tape.
So like I think when I seen him, he wasn't really talked about at that time. It's about 2017. So he wasn't really.
And he's still nasty then, but I know what you're saying as far as league wide. Yeah.
I'm seeing him. I'm like, my mind, I'm like, I don't understand why he ain't in these top categories right now. Like, I don't see this dude. Like, hey, nobody can guard him.
Kev came on the show and said he was number one to him easy. It's like,
I swear to God. Yeah, it would have to be him or
the footwork really ain't crazy.
Well.
I'm gonna say like AI.
He's not gonna let you, like, you know what I'm saying, at all.
Can't get him.
No, bro.
Off the line here. I had a guy like that. I know what you're saying. I know that feeling. Like, it was a shorter guy. It's crazy to see it would take me a longer, taller guy. But I had a guy that was like in the slot when you probably played him your freshman year, Jeff Smiley. He was hella quick out the slot. I just couldn't get my hands on the motherfucker. You feel me? Yeah, I was like, damn, motherfucker. It was like that though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now it's like, a slot. You kind of got some room though.
Yeah.
Bro, you pressed up on his dude, he still can't touch you. Like, come on. Like, his feet crazy. I ain't even trying to gas him up like that, but it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one of the things I remember, I was like, we had a little cornerback position battle. And it was like the young dudes was always trying to, young dudes, you go against like the other rookies, receivers or something. So he was like, all right, this is how we gonna do it. He said, whoever had the best practice, gonna end a 2-minute drill. I ended up having the best practice that day. I was like, look, he's strapping that day. Okay. And so he was like, all right, we'll win a 2-minute drill. I ain't gonna lie, I was still kind of gassed too, so I wasn't really ready. Yeah. But I ain't finna deny no reps. Like, reps count.
2-minute drill too. It's serious drill. Yeah, that's watching.
Like, all right, we're gonna get back out there. Like, all right, get to play. It's cover one. First play of a 2-minute drill.
Don't tell me Tay lined up on you.
1-7. 1-7 run out. 1-7 run out. I mean, I ain't thinking of it too. I'm still locked in, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta be.
But mind you though, my freshman year, I didn't even have no technique, so I'm going off all athletic ability and like strength.
You just made that that switch.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like I ain't even had no technique. Now you gotta be on your toes when you for real. You line up, so I'm low-key trying to, like, do him like how I was doing everybody at practice. Like, I'm low-key hemming him up at practice. So,
you instantly like, I'm about to press it. That was your game plan.
So
I'm about to press it.
I'm already pressed. And then he's like, you know what I'm saying, up. So I'm like, okay. My first initial thought, I'm like, I'm trying to get these hands on. Yeah. So I'm like, if I feel like I get my hands on, I got it.
Yeah.
Hey, say go. Oh shit. He did a regular fade, but it was like at the line. He gave me some sauce at the line. I did about a whoop.
Hey man, you the second person to come on this pod, man. Second 10. Okay, you know we give our crew a tip our hat, man. So he must be a real boy, man. Come on, you ain't heard it here twice.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was younger, and I'm like, if you look at the tape, he's doing it. What Gilmore, all the top corners like that, right? The same. So it really don't matter who it is. You're doing everybody like that.
Who else has a crazy work ethic?
That has a crazy work ethic though. That would just come out early and just like he would just lead by example and still just, like he didn't even play my position, but it was Mike Daniels, bro. He was a D tackle.
D tackle. Yeah. Okay.
He was like a vet in the game, but bro was just like he was a big dude. Yeah, in practice.
Got you. Okay.
And then he was like a big dude. But he's like, he moved like real well for being big. And then like, he just, bro, like, I think watching him, even though he play a different position, he going hard at every rep. Like, he coming off on the sideline breathing hard, like, need water, but he breathing hard. Like, he really working. You know what I'm saying? Like, he taking advantage of these reps.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at the time, I'm like, looking at him like, man, he breathing hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Coming from running back, it was easy. Like, I wasn't really working like that, especially in no practice. So I'm like, when I seen him, after every rep, though, every series he in and come out, he, like, breathing hard. He just working hard. Even with drills and stuff, he just working hard. And then there was another person that was had a good work ethic. It was Morgan Burnett. He was, like, the leader for the D. He was, like,
I don't know, boy. Yeah.
He was like a leader for the defense. Okay. I just kind of lean on him, kind of like.
Was High there with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, how for
boys, man.
Yeah.
But Morgan, though, for sure, he was my dog.
You wasn't with the Raiders during the AB saga, was you?
Nah, he came after.
Right after?
Yeah, right after.
I was gonna say. I heard yeah.
So I wasn't seeing all that we was going through.
Okay, but you did get around Gruden though, right? That was Gruden.
Yeah. I've been around Gruden. Actually, what people think because I had a lot of people like, oh, how's Gruden? Like, he seemed like an asshole. Not like, I actually, bro was cool. Like he was. I mean, to me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But he was always cool. Like he was always high energy. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you could tell he loved football. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about coaches. Like they have a straight
that you know they hot. They hot out there. Yeah.
I mess with them though.
Was Gunther the DC when you were there?
Yeah.
Gunther,
I think that was the first
position
season.
Coach? Yeah, first season. Who was the position coach? Who was the corners coach? I know Gunther was DC.
I forgot because he was his first year when
Gruden brought that whole staff over.
Yeah.
First year. Okay.
And the cornerback coach, he had just came from I forgot where he came from, but he was new, and it was his first season coaching in the league too.
Okay.
So he was kind of getting acclimated to everything too. And he was cool though. He knew his stuff. He knew what he was talking about.
Okay.
So
any like funny rookie stories, like any pranks, like pulling pranks on you, man?
Especially in Green Bay, we didn't really go wild like that in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Nah, we didn't really go wild like that in Green Bay.
Too much.
Yeah.
Nobody mess with you. Okay.
Nah. I mean, the only thing
my boy, I had
carrying pads and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. They had you carrying their pads.
Yeah, but we ain't getting nothing like no shaving heads like Tebow or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
that sounds about right. My boy said he was with the Rockets on the last pod. He said Trevor Raysean came up to him and told him, he was like, "Yeah, hey, young fella, I'm gonna need towels in the locker every day."
We do stuff like that. Like let's say like we get on the flight, they had to tell you gotta go get the order.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Like, gotta do stuff like that, or like some like if we got snacks in the meeting room, y'all gotta be responsible to keep them filled up. So but it wasn't nothing too crazy.
Okay,
I guess I got lucky.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to see it back then. It used to be crazy.
So we usually ask all our guys, especially the defensive guys, this. I'm gonna ask you anyway, and then I'm gonna ask you another one off it since you really like to tote the pill. First, give me your all-time secondary. I need two. Your all-time personal favorite. I need 2 corners, a nickel, and 2 safeties.
Okay, one off top. I'm gonna have to go with
any era is your personal favorite.
I can go back too, right?
You can go back now. You can put yourself in any how you want to do it. It's your personal favorite all-time secondary.
I'll say, of course, Dion for sure.
Dion, okay, 1 corner.
And Charles,
good. Peanut.
Wilson.
Okay. Who you got a slot?
Slot. Ooh, no slot. Because I'm like, we used to watch T-tape Charles. Bro was all over the field.
Yeah. Charles a dog. I think I had Charles at my I think I had Seawood at my slot. I'm a Badger fan. I'm probably too Badger. I'm a Badger guy. Me personally.
I would have to put him in there. Definitely.
That slot?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Seawood.
I like Badger.
Yeah.
I've been liking him since
Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, dog.
I seen him when he was 13.
Right?
Yeah, that's you.
When he had number 13. Yeah. He was popping off, making plays on special teams. He was making plays, man. You know when you got it, man. And the shit gonna shine eventually. And man, led the team. He was a key piece of that team, man. I don't think they win without Honey Badger, man. To be honest, man. Him.
He make that name from nothing. Like he really a straight dog.
They
man, like when I heard his like size and numbers at the time, I'm like, I popped my eyes open. Like, bro, standing only like 5'8".
Bro, that's what made me feel some way.
70-something.
Yeah. That's why I love them, bro.
That's why I was like, these numbers don't even matter, man. Like, if you a dog and you can play, you can play.
He made me feel the same way, fam. I used to watch his highlights before every game, like my junior and senior year in college.
Go out and go get it. It don't matter who he going up to. He can go against Gronk. He's still gonna play like the same against anybody.
Facts.
That's what I was like.
He definitely one of my favorites. Give me 2 safeties. I need 2 safeties.
2 safety. I'm a ball hawk, dude.
I'm
also a hitter though.
Okay.
I like hitting. I ain't no hitter, but I like seeing that.
You gotta go with head. You gonna say ball hawking, you gotta go with head.
I would say safety, Sean Taylor.
Can't go wrong with Sean. Okay.
And then
just wish he gave us more time, man. Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, for real. He was a young dude too. And then honestly, bro, I'm gonna go with right now. Yeah. DJ Derwin James, bro.
Derwin James, boy from San Diego.
Yeah.
Dog.
He's like a future Hall of Fame, right?
He got
now,
it.
bro.
He dog.
He's a dog.
He got it. He's
a dog.
All right, my flip one off this. I need to pull up my list. I got a list on this. For this. I want your top 5 running backs all the time. Since you like to tote that pill, we're gonna have to discuss real quick. I gotta see what.
Ain't no order. Ain't no order, right? Out of order.
You can do it how you want. I don't know if I got mine in order. No matter of fact, I do got mine in order. Me and Zay did an argument about this. I'm about to pull it right here. Okay,
mine. I can't do the order right now.
You ain't gotta do an order. Just give me your 5. But my personal top 5 running backs all time. You know, I'm a real football historian, so I went back a little bit. His was a little mixed with new age, but I went with Barry as my 1. I went with OJ as my 2. Love OJ, man. The juice. My man said he didn't do it. He did that shit. Jim Brown. I went with Jim Brown at 3. And then I went with Emmett at 4. And I went with Eric Dickerson at 5.
Oh, you went all back.
Yeah.
All of them.
See, so Zay he went LT for his number 1 all time. LaDainian. He went with Jim Brown at 2. Walter Payton at 3. Adrian Peterson at 4. And EDS Eric Dickerson at 5. I had AP, I think it was like my 6 or something like that. He was right there for me. I rock with AP tough.
I got.
Who your 5? Give me 5. You ain't got no order.
Barry up there. For sure. Mine ain't in order though. AP for sure.
Okay.
That was like my favorite player I watched growing up.
Got you.
Walter Payton.
Sweetness. Come on, man.
What's that? 3?
That's 3. 2 more.
I like the LJ.
Come on. Hey, they don't know about Juice, bro. Juice used to be sliding. Juice really used to be sliding, bro. He the only man to go for 2 bins. It's been like 3 or 4 few cats that went for 2 bins. Not many, a few, but he the only one to do it in 14 games. That was back in the league when the league was only 14 games. You feel me? So, gotta respect my man. Come on, man. Juice was sliding. He crazy, he a maniac, but he was sliding on the field.
He had it.
Who your fifth one, fam?
He had it. I'll go with LT for the fifth one.
LT. Can't go wrong with LT, man. Can't go wrong. LT.
Like
Zay, that was Zay. Me and Zay had a big debate over him having LT as his number one. Yeah, all the time. And he was like, man, he got the most touchdowns. I was like, man, they was feeding him the ride. We had a big argument. It's up here. But yeah, that was a good
one. It was a couple teams though. They was giving it like I think San Diego.
Yeah. One of my personal favorite, bro. One of my favorite running backs of all time. He might be my personal favorite. Shady, man. I like Shady. Shady McCoy, he one of my favorites. I'm an Eagles fan, so it was B. Westbrook and then it was Shady. But like Shady really a dog. Like I think he really underrated. Him and Marshawn, one of them two of them backs, I think is gonna go down in history underrated because I tip my hat to the guys that can do it in multiple systems. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. Especially at running back. Yeah. That can do it in multiple systems. Because everybody don't run the ball. You know, as a running back, it's multiple different ways you can run the ball. Baltimore and the Niners don't run the ball the same way. No. But they both lead the league in rushing. You feel me? So you get where I'm coming from with it. You feel me? Yeah.
Shady, he can.
Him and Marshawn, they both did it in different systems.
And still do their thing.
Come on, man. Come on.
I got a question for you. Who your favorite college?
See, you just said that, and crazy thing about me is I'm a big NFL guy. Always been, even when I was in college. Like I love NFL versus college. But so what you saying, college team or college player? Player. Man. Oh, it's easy for me. It ain't easy, but I used to rock 4 back in the day. 4 was my number at running back. If I just had to think real quick, it was Java Best. Java Best was a boy. Tell me Java wasn't a boy.
He was cool.
Cal, what? Jay was a boy.
He was.
Jay was a boy. Jay was nasty.
I was low-key kind of mad. You know what I'm saying, with the whole, he had to quit.
I think so. Concussions. Concussions. He hit his head hard. Yeah. I think it was that Stanford game. I think I was there. I think it was when in the air. He was a boy, though, man. I think he a local cat, man.
I think he is. Vallejo.
I need to try to get him on the show, man. That's because I need to tell him, man. Man, Jay was a dog. Okay. Last question for you, right?
I like him.
I need one more for you, man. Before you get out of here, man. I like asking all the pod guests this question before they get out of here. Now, who should we have on the show next? And if you know the person, you personally give me the live so I can get him on
here. That's a tough question. I don't even know.
Ain't on it. Be a hooper too, cause like I said, we just started picking up some hoopers. Man, I just had my second hooper on today. I actually got a basketball coach coming on this week too, legend. Yeah, but you can do whatever. Feel me? Whichever way.
Dude, they don't gotta come, huh?
They ain't gotta come. No, they ain't gotta come. We can do it like through Zoom. Yeah. You mentioned somebody earlier I got to get. My boy going through some shit, or he got other shit going on, but my boy John, I want to get John on here because John a dog.
You?
Yeah, John a dog. Yeah. John was cold, boy.
Man,
John.
Man.
John
had it.
Stop playing. I was with him at Laney, I think, for a cool little second, man. But John, dog, man, he can run that pill too. I don't know what he's doing with the pill.
Honestly, bro, this shit, since he is like another legend to me, for real. I say Troy.
Troy?
Yeah. Evans.
Oh, yeah. Big Troy. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. I'm already locked in with Troy. Yep, that's good. Yeah. I'll take Troy. Yeah. I got to get him on here, man. Troy said he ready to share the whole story, man. So definitely got to get him on here. Troy for sure, legend, bro. That's easy. Come on, man. Went crazy. Town legend for sure. Troy Evans. We're going to get him on here.
Because I was going to Hayward, so I seen him. He was like already leaving. Mm-hmm. I went to a couple games. Like I seen the boy in person.
Yeah, I only seen the film. Yeah, I heard he a dog. Hey, you seen him? Yeah.
See, I went to a couple games. I'm thinking about 2 of them. Mm-hmm. He was like that in person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't really hitting the flow like that.
Yeah. He wasn't touching him. They barely touching his ass now. I don't know how he ain't in the league, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, come on, bro. Troy's so cold. Yeah, but
he definitely have a story for you.
Yeah, man. Like, I definitely got you.
He know what we be talking about, like the hill.
Yeah.
Detroit was born on that hill.
Come on, man. Yeah. So you know he cut different for real. Yeah. I tried to work out with him a couple times. Troy used to kill me, man. Troy used to kill me, man. Man. But shout out your social media for the people, man, so they can unfollow you and shit. We're gonna have this out for you soon.
I'm on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter. I am RP85. You can follow me there on all of them. They all the same. I am RP85.
You can follow me at Coach DLane on Instagram. The new IG page for the podcast is the 510 Huddle. And you can follow us on Twitter at the 510H. Check us out, man. Thank you again, my brother. Stay safe. Appreciate you for coming and joining me today.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
appreciate having you, man.
Always, brother.
Still went for it. It's time to change the club.